Good frozen afternoon, everybody. It has not warmed up out here today at all. It's got to be -6 or 7 degrees Celsius, so it's still cold, and we're probably 2 o'clock in the afternoon here right now. I have been killing myself busy on the other channel, Unfrequented World. Deer hunting season is upon us, so we're out in the woods, 10-hour days. Then I'm getting home and editing videos for that channel every night, 3 hours. So it's just a crazy amount of work, but I didn't want to leave you guys hanging on this channel because a lot of you guys had just signed up, for the memberships, and I don't want to have this huge gap. Everybody says, oh, what's going on? Some of you get it. Some of you don't understand that I'm running 3 channels. So check out Unfrequented World, which is my main channel if you're not aware of it. And then I also do our metal detecting channel, which I haven't uploaded anything in a while, but it's Metal Detecting Lost Treasures, okay? So those 3 are all my channels. Now, I did want to mention to you guys also that on the Unfrequented channel, you guys can join as members on that channel as well. So if you haven't already joined this one, you can join that one. It doesn't matter. All of the funds, guys, that we get, I put back into our adventures on all 3 channels. What I wanted to do today is just walk up here 700-800 yards. There's a clearing that we used to have our gifting log on. Do a chat with you guys and just listen and see, do we hear any knocks or anything in this, late part of November where it's cold. And I figure, if there's something here, it is going to eventually be heading south if it hasn't already. Let's see if we get any knocks or anything. Okay, so before we can get into the woods, I just noticed something here. This, behind me, this mound, is my above ground septic, okay? I live on the edge of town, so I actually have a well, and I have an above ground septic. And this is kind of in line with one of the topics I was gonna talk about up in the woods. Something is digging a hole here. I'll flip you around. Oh, probably the groundhog has dug a hole into my septic system. And what I wanted to talk to you guys about was I wanted to have a discussion and maybe a little bit of a poll. Can you guys answer down below? Give me your opinion on this. And it's going to be, I think we're going to be, well, I don't know. I don't know what the result is going to be. My question is, should we, if given the opportunity, because this is hunting season, right, and I'm out in the woods, and I'm thinking about this, should we, if given the opportunity, shoot and kill a Bigfoot for scientific research? If you're sitting out there on a watch, you got your rifle in your hand, and all of a sudden Bigfoot's sneaking along, the 100-meter range here in front of you, and you can easily shoot him and take him down. And I don't want to hear this nonsense, guys, that a high-powered rifle is not going to take down Bigfoot, okay? I don't care what animal you are. My 308 is going to take you down if I place my shot in your vital organs. That's just a fact. I have dropped 1,300-pound moose like you wouldn't believe, guys. You hit a moose in the vital organs, boom, down, done, not moving, okay? And I'm not saying that to be an asshole. I'm just saying that to be, that's the truth. You don't understand, if you think that, you don't understand the hitting power of modern man's rifles, okay? And there are bigger rifles out there than a 308, trust me. But a well-placed shot will drop any animal, including Bigfoot. So please, comment below, and then I'm going to tell you guys, what I think about that. So where I was going with that hole back there in my septic system is that, yes, occasionally I do have to shoot critters that are causing problems on my property, okay? I don't have any animals, but when we were kids, we grew up on the farm, And occasionally you'd get that fox that just found it easier to get in the hen house than go hunting, right? And grandfather would always either trap or shoot that fox. And you have to protect your stuff. I agree with that, okay? But I, myself personally, do not like to shoot anything unless I'm going to eat it. When we go hunting, and you guys know we are hunters, we don't trophy hunt on my channel or in my life. We go out and we shoot, you know, deer, moose, whatever. We're not picky. We fill our tags, and we're not, oh, I'm gonna, you know, wait for a bigger rack on this one, or you know, I want to set a new record. You know, that's not what we do. We just hunt for food. And really, the older I get, guys, the less I enjoy that. I mean, I do it because my dad's here. There is the whole camaraderie. 100%, guys, I am for hunting and collecting your own food. You know where it comes from. That's not the issue, what I'm talking about really here. It's for scientific purposes, okay? So absolutely, and for me, no, I would never shoot an animal. Even, you know, I don't think the scientific benefits would outweigh the fact that if I saw it, that thing is real, it is there. What else is there to prove? You know, why would we have to kill it to prove that it's here? We know it's here. And so for me, no, I wouldn't want to shoot it just to say, hey, let's take it back and dissect it and see what it is. That doesn't make sense. That could be one of a, you know, a very limited number of these things, which is what, honestly, I would suspect, guys, that these things would be right on the edge of having enough breeding numbers to continue, if they're real. There obviously aren't enough of them running around that we're getting reports all the time, that there's video and fantastic photographs of these things. You can go months and months on the internet, guys, and not see anything new Bigfoot sightings. And the ones you do see, 98.9% of it is hoaxed crap, okay? There was one, I should probably cut to it right here and show a train, okay? It was making all the rounds last week. Guys in a train filmed Bigfoot going through a field. It has the baggiest pant leg looking suit this guy is wearing. Obvious hoax in my mind. Just ridiculous. So true legitimate sightings of a guy out in the woods on a deer stand, you know, had a reason to be out in the woods, walking with the family, something, and they get something inadvertent. Very rare and few and far between that are credible, you know. So I would say, you know, that really there are such a limited number of real interesting cases, you know. Friedman footage, Patty, obviously. Maybe Timber Giant. We talked about him. I kind of flip-flop on that one. I believe he filmed something, but you know, when I actually analyzed the footage, I thought maybe more of a chance that it was a bear, you know. Don't even talk to me about Todd Standing or Rick Dyer. Those guys, it's ridiculous, okay? They were caught hoaxing and paid fines, you know, did all these things, admitted to this, and then became Bigfoot hunters, and they were going to do it for real, and it was all about money, okay? Repeatedly, over and over. They got caught, and they were still had enough of a following that they were making money from it, so they kept doing it. So just absolute stupidity and ridiculous, those two guys. But there was another one that was intriguing while we're talking about hunting. Justin Smeja. That guy had a cool story, and when I watched the first interview, he was out bear hunting with a friend of his, and they jumped out. They thought it was a bear. They shot it off the road illegally. Turned out to be a Bigfoot. You know, he walked up to it. It died in his arms. There was a whole story. There was a whole. It was very believable. You watch this interview with this guy. I mean, if that was a hoax, then it was very well done. It was very entertaining. I watched this and I thought, geez, this guy killed a Bigfoot. You know, it was very believable. But as time went on and he joined these other, you know, looking for Bigfoot shows, and they had this contest that they ran, this show, and he was on it. And again, he was still touting, you know, that this had changed his life. He had nothing positive to gain from this, because not only was he a poor huntsman because he broke every law and rule, he did it, you know, out of a moving vehicle. He shot his rifle. He had no regard for anything living, whether it was a bear or a Sasquatch. It didn't matter. He was a terrible human being, basically, and everyone took pleasure in pointing this out to him. His life was ruined because of this. That kind of added a little bit of credibility as well. But when it came down to scientific facts, They tested the blood on this guy's boots and stuff, and it came back as black bear only. Like the DNA sequencing was, you know, nothing unknown. The fact that he couldn't remember where he hid the body. He was so terrified that he was going to be prosecuted for killing, you know, something that was possibly human or related to humans, that they buried the body. That was the story. And then they couldn't find it. Is it true? I don't know. What do you guys think? Personally, like I said, I'm not going to shoot a Bigfoot for scientific purposes. I would film it, I would video it, absolutely, and that would become my life's purpose, to get as much footage of this thing as, you know, as possible. I would literally devote all my walking hours in the woods to trying to film that. I mean, we spend a lot of time, guys, but not like thousands and thousands of hours that would be required. I would do that. If we could get footage, and if I was 100% knower, right? I like to believe these things are out there, but I'm not a knower. I go out open-minded and I look for what evidence we can find. The knocking astounds me. I don't know what it is. The screaming and hollering, some of that could be attributed to owls or different animals. I'm not writing all of that up as Bigfoot, but the knocking to me is the strangest one. Those sounds I can't explain. This was my gifting log here, guys, for about 5 years. Before I ever filmed any outings going out, I used to put stuff right in the hollow there in the log. We did have some stuff disappear, but I never had anything brought back to me. I don't hear anything today but some wind, some woodpeckers, and Gage running all around me. He hasn't been out of the house in a week, so I had to bring him up here today because I'm off hunting at 6 o'clock every morning, and he's sitting at home looking out the window, dejected, so he's running around right now. I think, I mean, we have got videos, guys, where we've heard knocking in the winter as well, so I can't explain that, but we've never seen footprints. We've driven a lot of trails. We've snowmobiled a lot of trails. There aren't reports of this coming into the local papers or anything. Nobody's recording it, so I don't know. I can't explain it. You guys know where I stand on this, right? It's all got to be scientifically documented, recorded more than once. we talk about, we keep arguing, you know, with guys coming on and posting all the time. Well, you know, stating things that are facts. Well, you need to do this, Gary, and you need to do that. This is a known fact. There are no known facts, guys. It's all lore and legend. That's why these things are not a recorded species, right? In science, there are no facts. There are no experts. Todd Standing, an expert? Didn't think so. You know, Rick Dyer? Didn't think so. These guys are just, you know, taking the money off of people who want to believe that these things exist. There's you know, the modern day How to Hunt channel too. Might as well throw him in there too. That guy's a goon. I'm sorry, but we've talked about it before as well. Yeah, and I get some hate every time I throw that guy out there, but don't tell me to watch his channel, guys. I still get comments, people telling me, you know, I watched the very first episode of that guy's channel when it first blew up, and I thought, wow, that's interesting, right? This guy's standing for something. He's telling everybody else where to go. He doesn't care what you think. Right? And he was a crusty bugger about it. And I was like, that's awesome. You know what? You know, within 7 episodes, not even, probably less than that, he had completely done a 180 because his first video took off and it was like, oh, we want to hear what you have to say. And he's you know, because he was getting 50 to 100,000 views per video. And he's kept it up to this day. Right? So, but he has, again, he doesn't even go out and look for evidence or anything else. So what does he bring to the field? Nothing. He takes a lot. He takes a lot away from the field, in just my opinion, and I am entitled to an opinion, guys. So, you know what? All I can say is what we do on this channel. We get out, we look, we walk, whatever. We find stuff, we don't. Some of you guys agree with the sound recordings. You know, what is it? What could it be? It's hard to say, but it's real. Whatever it is, whatever we get on this channel, it is 100% real. That is the only guarantee I can give you. So let's have a discussion down below, guys. Should Gary shoot Bigfoot if he sees him out in the woods? I'm not gonna. But I'd just like to know what you guys think. And even if, you know, all of you said, Gary, shoot Bigfoot, I'm still not going to do it. I'm not going to be that guy. I'll tell you right now, it wouldn't sit well with me. My conscience wouldn't allow me to do that. I love nature. I love animals too much. It's not going to happen. I would love to prove it to science. And for me, getting, you know, a strong library of video evidence would be enough for me, okay? But you can still comment about it down below. We can have a discussion about it. And don't feel bad. Don't hate on each other, right? There's going to be some of you that say do it, some of you that say don't. Let's just see, what is the majority consensus? Even knowing that Gary's not going to be the guy to do it, what do you think? Should somebody do it? Should somebody shoot Bigfoot to prove its existence? So, and then when hunting season is over, we'll be able to get back out here in the woods a little more frequently and just see if we can capture some really late fall. I mean, we've had snow 4 or 5 times now, and it's going to stay one of these days very soon. Probably in the next couple of weeks, we're going to get snow that stays. So, but I would still like to get out and just see if we can get some final recordings for the season. And then things slow down in the winter, so we'll probably be analyzing, maybe we'll analyze that video I was talking about on the train, because it's terrible. Go find it. I don't know the name of it. It was just in the news the last couple weeks. You shouldn't have a hard time finding that one. Let me know what you guys think about that one in the comments below as well. I think total hoax, okay? Look at the leg. Watch the leg as the Bigfoot is running. Hoax! I'm calling it. All right, we'll catch you guys in the next adventure.